Tout. Attempt to sell something, typically by pestering people in an aggressive manner. Synonyms: endorse, urge. Provider have focused on the home, touting products such as coffee pots that turn on when the alarm clock rings. Tout. Attempt to sell something, typically by pestering people in an aggressive manner. Synonyms: endorse, urge. Provider have focused on the home, touting products such as coffee pots that turn on when the alarm clocks ring. Pallid. Of a person's face, pale, typically because of poor health. Synonyms: wise, white, pasty, wan. Its protagonist, played by a suitably pallid and slender Tom Hiddleston and Tilda Swinton, are named Adams and Eve. Pallid. Of a person's face, pale, typically because of poor health. Synonyms: white, pasty, wan. Its protagonist, played by a suitably pallid and slender Tom Hiddleston and Tilda Swinton, are named Adam and Eve. Mar. Impair the quality or appearance of. Synonyms: spoil, ruin, damage. These oversight mars an otherwise engaging and interesting account, but perhaps it is natural that a history of space should have a few gaping holes. Mar. Impair the quality or appearance of. Synonyms: spoil, ruin, damage. These oversight mar an otherwise engaging and interesting account, but perhaps it is natural that a history of space should have a few gaping holes. Abreast. Up to date with the latest news, ideas, or informations. Synonyms: in touch with, plug into. These daily updates were designed to help readers help abreast of the market. Abreast. Up to date with the latest news, ideas, or informations. Synonyms: in touch with, plug into. These daily updates were designed to help readers keep abreast of the markets. Larcenies, theft of personal property. Synonyms: stealing, robbery, pilfering. But there are still no check and balances on its exercise, as the larcenies of governors illustrate. Larcenies, theft of personal property. Synonyms: stealing, robbery, pilfering. But there are still no checks and balances on its exercise, as the larcenies of governors illustrate. Upbraid, find fault with someone. Synonym: scold, reprimand, rebuke. In the past, his neighbor isolated and upbraided Austria for its flirtations with nationalist extremisms. Upbraid, find fault with someone. Synonym: scold, reprimand, rebuke. In the past, his neighbors isolated and upbraided Austria for its flirtations with nationalist extremisms. Dine, do something that one considers to be beneath one's dignity. Synonyms: come down from one high horse. If the Senate deign to consider and confirm a nominee, do not expect changes overnight. Dine, do something that one considers to be beneath one's dignity. Synonyms: come down from one high horse. If the Senate deign to consider and confirm a nominee, do not expect changes overnight. Low, sit, lie, or stand in a lazy, relaxed way. Synonyms: lounge, sprawl, drape oneself. The pair low on the green hillside at now south of Munich, where Munter had bought a house. Low, sit, lie, or stand in a lazy, relaxed way. Synonyms: lounge, sprawl, drape oneself. The pair low on the green hillside at Murau, south of Munich, where Munter had bought a house. Confound, prove a theory, expectation, or prediction wrong. Synonyms: contradict, counter, go against. Yet in another sense, the Fed had confounded predictions, at least those it made itself. Confound, prove a theory, expectation, or predictions wrong. Synonyms: contradict, counter, go against. Yet in another sense, the Fed had confounded predictions, at least those it made itself. Indolence, avoidance of activity or exertions. Synonyms: laziness, idleness, slothfulness. The indolence of a society brought up to expect that oil riches will be lavished upon them is another large hurdle. Indolence, avoidance of activity or exertions. Synonyms: laziness, idleness, slothfulness. The indolence of a society brought up to expect that oil richness will be lavished upon them is another large hurdle.